This was the moment I savored every night, when I could see him but he could not see me. I watched through the crack in the door as he moved around the kitchen, fixing us dinner. He was singing along to country music. This boy whose home I was temporarily calling my own. Strange, lovely boy. Sleepy blue eyes, full pink lips, tousled blonde hair. Skin pale and milky. It irritated him, this skin, an unpleasant side effect of the medication. He'd grown used to the sensation, the permanent discomfort, he'd told me. It was just something he had learned to live with, but still, it looked uncomfortable. I went inside, shut the door softly behind me. Is that the one I love? I don't know. Is it? I pressed my body against his back and kissed the indentation at the back of his neck. He turned around to look at me, examining my face with mock suspicion, as if I were a twin of myself. Then he smiled, touched my hair, tucked it behind my ear. She looks like her. Does she taste like her? Find out. I closed my eyes and parted my lips and let his tongue move inside. Red wine. It didn't take long before we were both entwined. I keep thinking you're going to disappear, he said, nuzzling his face against my neck, sniffing my skin like a dog. Maybe I was dreaming when I met you and just haven't woken up. Because it doesn't seem real sometimes, you know? That you're here, living with me. We met on the subway, me chewing my gum, trying to disappear behind a book. Him glancing at me every 2 minutes, blushing whenever our eyes met. A voice in my head had told me to stop glancing back, to stay away from that boy. You know where that'll get you. But I didn't listen. Have you ever seen the end of a story before it even begins? Not like a psychic, but like somebody who keeps making the same mistake because it feels good for a while, and even when it starts to feel bad, it's a familiar kind of bad. A problem you can call your own. Andrew was his name, but before I knew that, I knew only what I saw. Sympathy and seduction, old jeans and older money. Sensitive skin. When he found the courage to cross the car and asked me if I spoke Spanish, I'd smiled and said, "What makes you say that?" Answered a question with a question. The danger arises in that space. You know that as well as I do. The voice scolded me all the way home. Now why'd you go and answer a question with a question? It's either yes or no. You either speak Spanish or you don't. I'd moved in with him one September night when the place I'd been living had become unbearable. A mold-infested women's boarding house in the mid-30s where I'd fought chronic athlete's foot and mild bronchitis. It was 1992, and there weren't any institutions like it left in the city. All the others had been shut down years before, converted into health spas or luxury hotels. I imagined this one, too, wasn't long for the world. My room smelled vaguely of egg salad sandwiches, and each night I lay awake listening to the sounds of communal living. Coughs, vomiting from the resident bulimic, flushing toilets, sobbing from the girl next door, whom I wasn't sure I'd ever even laid eyes on. The place was all rules. A compulsory meal plan, a curfew, a bow room beneath the staircase, with a deck of cards and an incomplete Monopoly game where you were supposed to entertain suitors. The official logo of the place hung in the lobby, a framed sketch of an older woman giving a younger woman a piggyback ride. The older woman, all bent over from the weight, wears a strained grin and is dressed like a schoolmarm, bun, clogs, floor-length dress buttoned to the collar. The younger woman is slender, swan-necked, and wears a flowered sundress and braids. She holds her arms loosely around the older woman's neck. Beneath them are the words, "She ain't heavy, she's my sister."